Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Toyota RAV4, and it's a 2-litre XT4 model. This particular car is registered GF57ATN, and mileage at the start of the road test is 67,385 miles. The reason we do these videos is basically so that anyone who's actually looking at the car online in an advert actually gets to see that very car in operation. You know, we're aware that our customers travel vast distances to come and see us, so the least we can do is to go to the time and effort to do this. We are aware, you know, that we've been on the receiving end ourselves going to see a car, only to find out when you get there it's got a fundamental issue, which you probably should have been told about before setting off. Well, you definitely should have been told about, in all honesty. There we are. The road test, as I said, it's also done on these very quiet country roads close to our premises, so hopefully be representative of what you feel yourself if offered a test drive in the car. As you'll know from the advert text, astonishingly well looked after car. Every single service, or 10 of them in total, which have been done on time rather than miles, quite clearly, have been done by the Toyota main dealers, which is lovely to see. The car drives beautifully, and it feels very tight and taut to drive. Engine starts absolutely instantly, of course, settles to smooth, very even idle. There's no warning lights aside from a low fuel light, which is literally just pinged on the car at all, so everything exactly as it should be. I'll do the temperature gauge once the car's been running for a while, because it's been started from cold. The engines are really lovely units. They're very well suited to the car. It's very, very sweet revving, as you'd expect from a Toyota. They really are wonderfully, wonderfully smooth engines, and of course have a reputation for amazing reliability over the long term. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car, smooth, positive and actuation. Bike point is exactly where you'd expect it to be on the vehicle as well, with this age and mileage. Gearbox, again, typical Toyota. It's slick in operation, precise, well weighted. All the linkages really nice and taut still, as you'd expect it to be. But all the gear changes are very, very good indeed. Steering of the car, which is a real strong point in the RAV4. It's always been one of the more dynamic of the SUVs. It's got a really lovely power steering system, very nicely weighted. Very, very accurate, precise, and it works beautifully with the chassis. It's really nicely done. In terms of the steering itself, again, I can feel absolutely no wear in it at all. It just feels really crisp in hand. I always manage to talk about this just as I'm going around corners, because I like to sort of just show the car sort of tracking straight. But trust me, it does. There's no wheel wobble at all at the speed, or any speed up to the legal limit. But yeah, just tracks absolutely dead straight there. Chassis of the vehicle, what I'm looking for on road test is just any kind of chatterings from underneath the car that shouldn't really be there. So when you hit a bump, it shouldn't. You'll hear it hitting a bump like that, but it shouldn't like sort of resonate or sort of any sort of knocking noises. And there's nothing at all. All in perfect order there. Brakes on the car, just going to wait till I make sure no one's behind me, just give them a bit of a shove. But really nice solid brake pedal on the car, which is what you'd hope to feel on there. There's no kind of pulsing or vibration coming back through the brake pedal, and it pulls the car up nice and straight. It doesn't sort of pull left, right or otherwise. It's all, again, good. Looking around inside the car, I mean, it really is quite exceptionally. I mean, not only have they maintained it beautifully, but they've looked after it beautifully, because it's one of the very nicest that I've seen any age or mileage inside. The dashboard looks pretty much as new, beautifully built, of course. Everything's working exactly as intended in here. Lovely driving position with a really great visibility out of the car as well. But as I said, wonderfully assembled. And it's just a simple car to sit and operate. It really is. It's a nice change from some cars which can be kind of overly complicated. This one isn't at all. So turn around here because there's some traffic lights ahead, so I normally turn around a little bit later than this, but I'm not going to sit there for 10 minutes. Whilst in the workshop, it's just been gone through a pre-delivery inspection. Obviously, air conditioning was checked, chucks out nice cold air. All the gauges, all the instruments working exactly as they should. Temperature gauge now has been running for some time, running at just about half, which is exactly where it should be on a Toyota car of this type, age and mileage. As I said at the start of the video, it is only brief, but it really is just to show the car in operation, and it drives absolutely beautifully. It really does. They're fabulous cars to drive. Having said that, if you've got any questions about the cars, always don't hesitate. Do give us a call, and we'll happily answer any questions you might have.